Hey everyone, Anthony Gerbi here. Welcome back to Thursday Thoughts, and we are continuing our ongoing series, the ABCs of Finance. And I'm going to throw a little disclaimer out before this letter this week, because sometimes I have to take these in a slightly different direction than what the letter signifies, and this is one of those weeks. You'll see why. O this week is for offshore, and it specifically talks about the Cayman Islands. That's not something I can help you with, and it's not something I would really recommend for a lot of people. But what I'm going to pivot that to is to talk about international investing, not having your account held internationally for tax purposes, but actually investing in companies that are domiciled not in the U.S. When does that make sense? Does it make sense? And what does the landscape look like right now? Well, in brief, I do think it makes sense for in general and right now. And the reasoning behind it is pretty simple. There are great companies out there that can be bought through regular mutual funds. In fact, most people watching this video, you probably have international investments already, because it really is kind of a cornerstone of a well-diversified portfolio, a well-diversified account. But there are companies out there that are just great companies to own, and they happen to be located elsewhere. Europe, Asia, Canada, a lot of companies would be. So is there a company that is solid? That's first question always. But once we've determined that that is the case, are there unique circumstances that because they're outside of the U.S., they have maybe a better growth path ahead? Right now, international investments tend to be, stocks I'm talking about, a little bit cheaper than their U.S. counterparts. They're a little bit lower priced. Now you could say, well, maybe they're lower priced for a reason. That's fair. But a lot of times a lower price for a similar company means you've got more room to go on the upside. So that's where it comes in. I'm not saying everybody should just throw out all your U.S. stock holdings and go international because it's cheaper. But I do think it makes sense for a well-diversified portfolio. Now, for a lot of people we work with, almost everybody, you're going to have some international because that's a concept we believe in, the diversification. If you don't work with us and you'd like to find out, hey, where do I stand? That's something you can get in touch with us about. And please do if you have any questions about this. So O is for offshore, but think about it this week in terms of diversification, international investing. Hope that wasn't too complicated. We'll be back next week with the letter P.